Okay, I only have 3 minutes on the tape, so this is going to be a quick video. It's about rock and roll. I've only done like 5 videos maybe where I included the theme of rock and roll. I did like a Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell lip sync or something like that. And, you know, like a few others. But this video is going to be dedicated to my son, who is just entering his teenage years. So this is going to be very interesting, and I want him to listen to the classic rock and roll, to have a repertoire, a background in this. Shouldn't even call it a repertoire, but anyhow, here is the list that I made. You can see just some pages here, and this is the essential rock and roll from the 45-year period that I see starting in the early 60s and going to about 2002. And this music is not being made anymore. It's a period that's over. You have a few that could be considered that of this genre, like Nickelback or, you know, one of those bands, but for the most part it's over and done with, and you know, 45 years was enough. The bulk of it really came out of the late 60s and the 70s and part of the early 80s, and then it started to go in every direction. So okay, without further ado, here's the list. You got to listen to this stuff. I know that my son was listening to Smash Mouth a few years back. I know he was getting into Led Zeppelin and Blue Oyster Cult for a while. Okay, but there's a lot of things that you haven't heard. The Pretenders, gotta check them out. The Beatles, you need that in your background for sure. Pink Floyd, XTC, REM, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bob Marley, Midnight Oil, Crocus, The Police, of course, Public Enemy, which is not really rock and roll, but it is the same attitude. Steely Dan, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, John Lennon from the Beatles, Stevie Wonder, The Cars, Beastie Boys, The Cranberries, Rage Against the Machine, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Rush, very important. Eurythmics, kind of new wave, Frank Zappa, the Doobie Brothers, Neil Young, and Billy Joel even, who is like more of a softer side, but it's rock and roll. If you check out the early 70s, it'll be different, just like the Cars. Alright, there it is, a very quick video, rock and roll. I have